Hi everyone, I'm Miss Christine from the Hollowbrook Branch. Welcome to another craft video. Today I'm going to show you how to make these easy and fun finger knit bookmarks. This is a great craft for kids and it's also fun for adults because it's easy to do, they're quick to make, and you don't need a lot of supplies. So let's get started. So here we're going to start by showing you how to make this looser version using our fingers. We're going to do some finger knitting. So all we need today is a ball of yarn. You can use other types of string as well, but yarn works great, and you'll need a pair of scissors. So we want to start by taking the end of our yarn and putting it right here between our thumb and our hand, and that's just going to hold the end in place while we start weaving. So what we're going to do is we're going to use these two first fingers and we're going to weave our yarn around those fingers kind of in a figure 8 form. So we're going to go through the middle and then go around your middle finger, then behind your pointer, around and back behind. And then we're just going to repeat around, behind, and back. And you can see that now we have sort of these 2 loops on each finger. Now at this point I like to use my pinky to kind of hold that in place so it doesn't fall. And what we want to do next is take our bottom loop and take it off of our finger over the top loop. So you're going to grab that bottom loop over the top loop off your finger. Same on the other side. Bottom loop over the top loop off your finger. And at this point you can kind of pull on the end of the string here, and I like to start holding it like this with my thumb in the middle of my hand, and you'll see that this will start to grow as we weave. So now we're back to 1 loop on each finger, so we want to add another loop and repeat. So we're going to go behind, wrap around, behind, and we're going to do the same thing. Pull the bottom loop over the top loop, bottom loop over the top loop, and there you can see we have our first little knot there. And we're going to keep repeating again and again. You're going to make that second loop, and then the bottom's going to go over the top. And you'll see how it will get longer and longer as you go. So you can keep doing this until it's the length you like. This is a bookmark, so I like to go about the length of an average book. So I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to come back when we're at our end so that I can show you how to finish this off. Once you have it to the length that you like, we need to tie off the end. And this is very easy. You see we have our last 2 loops on our finger here. So all we have to do is take those off of our finger and hold on to them. We have those last 2 loops. And then we need to just cut our string from the ball, leaving a little bit of extra at the end. And then we're going to take that end of the string and put it through our 2 loops. And then pull it tight. And that's going to create a knot at the end of your bookmark. Now finger knitting is really fun, and what's great about it is that you hardly need anything at all, so you can do it anywhere. But sometimes I like to go for a little bit of a tighter look like this, which my fingers are just too wide and it's hard to do that tight knitting with that. So I'm going to show you a little trick to do the same process, but to make it a little smaller like that. Okay, for our smaller knit, we need the same supplies, yarn or string and scissors, and then I'm also, instead of using my fingers, I'm going to use these 2 pencils, and I just connected the 2 with a rubber band. And then we're just going to do the same thing we did before, but instead of wrapping it around our fingers, we're going to wrap it around the pencils. Okay, so just like before, here I have the end of my yarn. I'm going to put it between my thumb and my hand to hold it tight. And then I'm going to pick up my pencils, and here I have the 2. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to weave it through in a figure 8 style by going through the middle, round, the other side, and then we're going to do it again. All right, so just like before, we have 2 loops on each pencil, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to take the bottom loop, lift it up over the top loop and off. Same on this side. We're going to take the bottom loop, We're going to lift it up over the top loop and off. And then just like before, you can kind of pull this end string down. Oops. Hold it there. And then we're going to continue. We're going to make another loop, bottom loop, over and off. Oops. One more time. Bottom loop. It is a little trickier with the smaller loops. You have to be a little more careful as you're pulling them over. But you can see the chain starting to grow. Let's do one more. All right, and you can see our chain here. And we're going to do the same thing as before. I'm going to keep going until it's the length that I want it to be. Okay, once you have it to the length you want it, we're going to do the same thing we did with the finger knitting. We're going to take off the two ends, holding on to them. Here I have my two loops. We're going to cut off our string, and it's going to go through those two loops. And then pull it tight. And there it's tied off at the end. Okay, and when you're done knitting, if you'd like, you could add a little bit of bling to the end of your bookmark. So on this one, I just took a different colored yarn and tied a bow to the end of my bookmark. And for this one, I took a button, a sparkly button. I just put the end of the yarn through and tied a knot there so that it would stay on. And you could do that with beads or buttons or anything like that, just to make your bookmark look a little bit extra special. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this craft, and we'll see you next time.